Hey Sophia, how you doing? This is your video lesson for today's lesson on January 2nd here. I hope your holidays have been great. We're going to quickly do a lesson here about something we haven't talked a lot about. This is about bending. So you've probably heard of that and heard what it sounds like, but we're going to talk about how we can play it and the best ways to play it, at least to start with, and then a couple different kinds of bends here. So first of all, when we talk about a string bend, is what we're basically doing is we're taking a note and we are bending the string to another pitch, and we can bend it back down to the regular pitch here. So the best way to start is, what we're going to do is we're going to start bending with our third finger. So what we're going to do is, first or your second string is probably the best way to start. So let's start on the second string. I'm on the 5th fret here. We're going to take our third finger, we're going to put it on the second string on the 5th fret, and then we're going to take our middle finger and our index finger, we're going to put them on the same string, but on the frets behind it. They could be like together, doesn't really matter. And what we're going to do is we're going to use all of those fingers to help lift that string up, bend that string up, if you can hear that. And then we can try to also release it. So we're going to bend our string up, try to hold that bend, and then we're going to pick the string again, and we're going to bend it down again. Take it back to the original place there. So using those other fingers is just helpful, and it doesn't strain our third finger as much, because if you watch what I try to do, it's kind of a little bit difficult to really get that bend up with that finger by itself. So using all of those fingers, or using those other fingers, sorry, to help out, makes it a little bit easy. So I really recommend you to try doing that. For now, what I want you to focus on is just bending on our first string and our second string here, our E and our B strings. You know, that kind of stuff. And just get used to it. Try it in different places on the neck, and it'll be really helpful. Another thing that we're going to quickly get to with this bending stuff is talking about half-step bends and whole-step bends. So what a half-step bend is, or a half bend, is when we take our note, let's say take that same note we had here, and we're going to bend that note to make the pitch of the note on the next fret over. So I'm going to bend the string to create this sound. So that's going to be called a half bend. So we can do that on any of our string sets. So if I say I'm on 7th fret here, and I'm going to bend that string so I make it sound like the 8th fret. So you can hear the same note there. The reason that we do that is so it has a little bit of a different approach. So doing something like this, it's a bit different than going a little bit of a different sound. Now we talk about a whole step bend, or whole bend. What that is basically is when we take the same thing, but instead of having 1 fret over, we produce the note that's 2 frets over. So if I'm on the 12th fret here, and I want to bend it up to hit that note. So what we have there is a couple of different ways to start bending, and I would really recommend, again, practicing first on our high E string and our B string here, and working on half-step bends and whole-step bends, making sure that our other fingers are behind our third finger to really help us get that sound, or to get that bend up and hold that note there. Hopefully you get a chance to work on this, and we can talk about it a little bit more next time I see you. Have a great week. Bye.